Sima, the stage is yours.
Thanks, Einav. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us to this session about the August release highlights. Before we're diving into the details, let's briefly review the timelines of the August installation. The sandbox installation is going to take place next Sunday on July 20, and 2 weeks from that day, on August 3rd, we're going to have the production August installation. In this Primo VE installation, we're also going to have the semi-annual indexing and the sandbox refresh. As you probably know, the Primo Classic August release is merged with the November release. As Einav mentioned, feel free to use the Q&A section in order to write down your questions, and we'll make sure we address everything at the end of the session. This webinar will be split into two parts. The first one is the enhancements that are relevant for both the current UI and NDE UI, and the second part will be dedicated to the NDE UI. The first part of the current UI and NDE UI is going to include the following enhancements. The first one is the ProQuest document insights. We're starting to enhance the articles with insights, and the first phase will be the ProQuest document insights, and we'll see it in a few minutes. The second enhancement is an errors from 2024 about the $A in title search of equal exact phrase. And the third enhancement is the addition of snippets for full text of local data, when until now we had the snippet only for CDI full text search. The second part of the NDE UI is going to include the following. We added the ability to control full text search in local records. Until now, we had it for CDI records only. And Neely will guide us through new features. Actually, they're not new. They're features that were reborn. They exist in the current UI, but they have better user experience, and you'll see more about it in the next session. At the end, we had few notable items to mention. And we'll begin with the document insights. As I mentioned, we would like to enhance the record level with AI insights. And for this, we had the first phase of integrating with the ProQuest document insights. Customers with relevant ProQuest packages, which are that are subscribed to the relevant ProQuest package, will see the link that you can see on the screen, and we'll see a short demo in a second, where a link will be shown and the user will be able to see insights about a record. It will save the user time by delivering key information at a glance, and it will enhance the research efficiency and improve the content discovery. When clicking on the Insights button, either in current UI or NDE UI, the user will be taken to the ProQuest Research Assistant, and then there the user will get insights about this article. Let's see a quick demo. Oh, sorry. Okay. I submitted the search in Primo. Here I'm in the current UI, but the same functionality exists in NDE as well. And I'm getting the full results, the brief results page. If I click on the insights, over here, this is a new button, which is up to configuration. It is disabled by default. And once I enable it, I will be getting these links for ProQuest relevant articles. Once I click on it, I will see over here the ProQuest Research Assistant, where the user will be able to see key takeaways and more efficient things about the resource. For example, suggested sources, related terms, and more. Document Insight, this is the first phase, and it will suggest the user key takeaways, concepts about these articles, research topics, and by providing these insights to the user, we are saving time to the user, and we are improving the research efficiency. The next enhancement is a NERS from 2024, which dealt with the search exact matching for titles. Until now, when submitting a search for the equal exact phrase, as you can see over here on the screen, we actually were searching for the $A content together with the $B content. User could not search only the $245 They had to add also the subtitle, the $B. And with this improvement, the user will be able to search with the $A only, as for example, in this what you can see on the screen. If I would search only with the content of the $A, I will find the relevant result, even though I haven't inserted also the $B. The next enhancement is snippet for full text in local data. Until now, we had a snippet available for CDI. The snippet shows which full text exactly was found and why this resource was retrieved. It provides orientation to the user and more understanding of the search process. With this enhancement, the user will be getting the search snippet of the full text also for local record. We'll see it in a minute in a demo, and we'll move on to the next enhancement, which is in the same area, so we'll see them together. The next enhancement is about controlling the search in full text. Until now, we gained the user and also the administrator the control to decide whether to search in full text or not for CDI records. And for the local data, it was always there. We were searching for local records. We got feedback that it's sometimes noisy in the main Primo search and it retrieved irrelevant resources. Therefore, we added the configuration, as you can see on the left side. In Alma, the user, by going to Discovery, Configure Views, for NDE UI view, can add this, can select either to search by local full text or not, and what will be the default value for the user. The decision if to display or not the toggle is similar to what was in CDI, but now we will consider both configurations, both the one from CDI and the one that you can see over here on the screen. And when the configuration indicates that the user should be searching by full text or should have the option to search by full text, we'll be displaying this toggle of expand my results. And this is not new because you saw it already for CDI, but now it includes also the control over the local records. Let's see an example. I'm going to NDE UI because the second enhancement of the toggle is relevant for NDE UI only. I'm going to submit a search and results were retrieved. If I'll open the facets over here, I can see that the toggle is turned on and I got 2 results. Once I turn off the toggle, these results will not be included. I'll turn on the toggle again and we'll get to the result. We can see that this is a local record and we can see the snippet over here. We can see that the snippet indicates which words were searched via the full text. And the toggle controlled either to show this resource or not when this record is a local full text record. Neely, we'll move on to the NDE UI new features.
Yes, let me share. Okay. Okay, so I would like, just let me know if you see my screen.
Not yet. We can see it.
Okay, great. So I would like now to share more details about the progress of the NDE UI in terms of the adoptions and where we are heading. So far, what we have, as we started from my with the managed general release. So far, we have these 118 institutions that are already working with the NDE. They managed to duplicate or create their own NDE views, and they're already testing workflows and feedback us. And we saw also some already started customize and do the branding. So this is the institutions that are already actively working on the NDE. With the early adopters, we also have some that are going live in August or September, and few more by November. So we have also have a progress with institutions that are going live. And of course, we are heading into the general release in November, where the NDE is going to be available for all. In the next couple of slides, I would like to share more status and present you also a demo for the following features delivery. I think you should know that by August, the majority of the features that already available for you through the main menus and also the exploration are already available in the NDE UI, and you can track for more features that are planned to be delivered in the NDE release plan. So I will go through the collection discovery, research assistant, resource recommender, journal search, database search, newspaper search, citation trails. This list are actually also marked by the ones that are the early adopter that are going to go live, also as a must for go live. So you have it with the August release, and more will be ready even for November. So let's see. The collection discovery was very enhanced and improved in the NDE UI. We included there a lot of the ideas or needs that the community wanted. And now I would like to emphasize the addition of the filter, the facets. So you will be able, now your user will be able to see a facet and two filters. They will be able to see the quick filters on the top of the collections item, and also to have the filter closed by default, very similar to the experience that they have through the main library search. Before I do a demo, I would like also to emphasize that you will be able to go ahead and select which facet to include for the collection. It could be a different list of facets for the collection discovery. Let's do the demo for that. So, so we are within the collection page. Of course, the collection that we have here, the collection and all of the collections lobby, and specifically one of the collections that we enters is this one. So you can see on the top the quick filter that are now available for this list of items, and the all filter that is available here. So I can go ahead and filter for that and get results and clear all filters, and I can go ahead and do the available online. And this is what I wanted to demo with regarding to that. I also wanted to mention, as I mentioned, that the list of facets to include here can be controlled. If I will go into my view, NDE view, under the brief results, you will be able to determine per facet. So I can go ahead and choose if I want to include the location under the collection discovery. So I can choose to activate it under the scope of the collection discovery or not. This gives you the control to include which facet to include in that list, indifferent to the main search results. Okay. Let's go back to the presentation. So this is, of course, one of the ideas that the community pushed for, and it's now available in the NDE UI. More Research Assistant is also now available and supported also for the NDE UI. The experience and the look and feels are the same as exist in the Primo VE. We actually reuse that component and it's now available. You can get to it from the NDE UI, either from the main menu, or there is also that widget that exists, and the Research Assistant is also available there. Resource Recommender. With the July release, we also exposed and provide the Resource Recommender. The look and feel is, as you can see here. Few things were changed. Now, if there are more than 3 Resource Recommender, you will see those arrow navigation instead of the links over there. In addition, what we added is the ability to close. We add the X over there to close. If you choose to close, it will close it, the resource recommender, for the entire session. That means that the user doesn't want to see those recommendation anymore and is like to see the brief results on the top. So we allow the user to control and go to the brief results for the visibility. In addition to that new design, we also, from the idea, added for the person resource recommendation more fields. So far for person, you can only add the email of the person. Now you will be able to add the phone number or a link to LinkedIn, for instance, link and link text to include for persons that you would like to recommend on. Let's do the demo on that. Okay. So in case there are 2 recommendations to display, this is how the look and feel will look like. If I search for my example, just a second, you will be able to see many recommendations and the ability to navigate with those arrows, as I mentioned, so you can see that the various recommendations can be navigated through that arrows. And if I choose to close, and I can close it and I'll search again, it won't pop up, so they will be, the user can see that they saw the recommendation and no longer want that. That is also added over there. So this is regarding to the resource recommender. Now we also include the following page: journal search, database search, newspaper search. The designs for these pages are quite similar. You will be able to have the journal search. In the future, you will also be able to customize the page, the image, the background image, that right behind. And you will be able to also have the ability to to search by the alphabet, as you can see here, or search by categories, as you can see here. We can go ahead, and there is a demo for that here. So you can see in the journal cells, quick filters are on the top. You can see also the ability to browse by the category, or I can go and also have my autocomplete for a journal that I search for. And as I mentioned, it's also include the A to Z. This is the journal search. Similar experience with the database search, same designs. As I mentioned, you will be able in the upcoming release also to choose to customize the image background, also browse by A to Z or by the categories, and this will be the display. Newspaper search, similar design, also available now with the August release. In the newspaper search, we also included the featured newspaper. I didn't prepare a demo. Some sites are using that, some are not. I recommend you to track and see if you would like to include the featured newspaper. Is the ability to group few newspaper by ISSN into a business logic. You can have a finance newspaper, you can have a politics or natures and group them, and then it will create a dedicated scope. And then also a nice visualization when the no query is applied. Citation trails. So also citation trail is also available from the July release in the NDE UI. You can see that user can navigate into the citation trail either from the brief results. This will be the look and feel. This is the design. Below the availability line, there will be the cited by or cited in. Now it's very clear. I remember when we launched it in the existing UI, the icons were not so clear, so we put it with the cited by or cited in down there, available for user to go ahead and explore and go ahead and see the citation of that article. If they go, they are entering this page. We're showing the list of citation for that article, and they will be able to continue and explore and create a citation path, citation trail. As you can see, whether it's cited by or cited in, it's mentioned over there, and there will be ability to go ahead through the trail. We also add here the expand my results to see citations that are not through my library activation. What else? So this, yeah. So in addition to the access for the citation trail from the brief results, it's also available in the full record display for a dedicated citation trail. Let's go ahead and see and visit that. So you can see this is a citation trail. You can see that I'm now watching the cited in for that article. If I want to go to that article, I can go and into the full display of that article, as you can see here. And there is also the citation from here. I can go and into another article, and it's been added to my path, and I can continue and navigate also for the cited in here or cited by here. Also, I want to mention this is the insights that Sima just mentioned that's available. So I can go ahead and continue, explore and see citation from my seed article, and I have that one here. And I can go back into my search results, and I can see how it's available from my brief results. So from my brief results, I can access the citation from the cited by or cited in as appear here. Okay. Okay, for Consortia, we also publish for Consortia a specific release plan for the features that are relevant for Consortia. Now with the August release, we are having we are delivering the available at other libraries or available at other institutions. As you can see here, in addition to the locations that will represent the availability from my institution, we added a new section available at Consortia libraries. So you can see here the list of the Consortia, and once also drill down into one of them, this will be the look and feel. I can do a quick demo for that. So you can see I have my location on my institution, and then also an invitation to open the section, the availability and Consortia library. You can also choose whether to have this closed or expanded by default. If I expand it, I can go ahead and see the availability of that institution and explore for more for that here to view the items or holdings of other institutions. Okay. Additionally, so with that, we cover, as I mentioned, the delivery of the features that we are also marked by our early adopters as a must for go live. And we also included additional improvement Once you experience the booking request, you will see that we improved the booking request and the workflow over there. We just embedded into the form the calendar with all of the available slots that Alma is providing for us. So there is no need to go over to an outside calendar to see what slots are available and enter that to the Primo. It's now very embedded and the workflow was much more simplified. More things that we would like to mention, it's in all, not only here, with regarding to adding item saved indication, what I want to mention here is once I'm, well, I'm not signed in. Let's see if it will be easier for me. Just a second. Let's see if I will be signed in. So this is a view that the color theme or customized. What I would like to mention here, switch to English. Through the interface, we also educate the user where the options are available. Now, if I'm adding item to my saved records, I've been indicate that item were added, and I also have a link to my saved records. So I can go ahead and see the record that I've just added into my saved record. So this is an example for adding indicator for the saved records. You will be able to see same experience and behavior also while you are submitting request. The successfully submit indication will also lead you to the view request. So I just want to emphasize that interface is educate the user where the options are. So this is also a notable item to add. I would like also to mention that the integration with Zotero, the ability to add item from the NDE into Zotero. If now I'm searching, if I will do a search now within my Primo, I will be able to see that my Zotero connector is available and recognize and know to read. We work with the Zotero people, and now Zotero is now available, and I will be able to add to Zotero from NDE pages records. So you can see also that in order to allow you with smooth integration, we make sure that integration with others will be available. This specifically now with Zotero. More things that I would like to demo that can serve you is the utility that we made available. So we know that you like to change and modify labels and adjust it to your needs and to make the labels more readable, understandable for your patrons. So you are using the option to custom the label. We add a new utility that allow you to easily identify the label codes. So through the interface now, if I would like, for instance, to go ahead and change the expand my results and go ahead to know and to search it to expand beyond my library collections. In order to be able to change that, I need to identify what library code it is. So far, you used to do in inspect element and identify that. I would like to present with you an easy way now with the NDE to do that. I will go into my URL and I will add this parameter, debug labels equals true. This will be available from the August release. And once I'm doing that options, you can use this utility and you can see the entire interface is now presented with the label codes. So you can see you can go now to the labels code and identify that one and change over there either the label description or label translation with other languages. So you can see now all of the UI labels are available and exposed. You can see it for easy detections of label codes. So this is also something that was important for us to mention. More things to note. More training is now published. We published a new video about the advanced customization. The video is available in YouTube. At first, it was launched with a low quality. Now we improved that. So the ones that you already saw that and didn't manage to see, just go ahead and check the new video on the NDE customization available. We also included a code example. So the demos that are shown in the video, also you can find the GitHub of the code example over there. Soon there will also a training video for the standard branding. How do I switch a logo? How do I make the logo clickable? How do I change my color themes? How do I change the homepage background or design the homepage? Also be available for that as well. You will see also that we've published accessibility. We published accessibility that VPAT that was conducted in May on top of the scope of the pages that were available, or we plan to that were available by that. We plan to do additional audit in the next quarter in order to include also and to test accessibility for all other pages like the journal search, database search, newspaper search, collection discoveries, and more. So we have a plan for accessibility. You can visit our accessibility plans also over there. Of course, I invite you to go ahead, even if you don't have access to the NDE, to go ahead and explore more on the Go NDE documentation to learn more what is required for you to prepare before you are plan your. It can help you to plan your transition to the NDE more properly. Understand what are the steps, so it's also available. And for you now, Vesima, for more notable items. Yeah.
Thanks. That was exciting news about NDE UI. Okay, we improved the SSL certificate handling. Until now, there was a lot of manual work that you've done, and beginning of July, we started moving to a new certificate management tool, which will be automatically generating the renewals for your certificates. It will be implemented gradually throughout the year, and eventually until end of year will be fully covering all sites, and it will be available for all. And it will obviously eliminate the need for you to renew your certificates manually. The next item that we wanted to mention is an ALMA nurse from 2024. The logically marked titles as suppressed if they do not have inventory or relations. We are now looking in the record level in order to identify if a record doesn't have any inventory or relations. And if this is the case, we're suppressing it. This is based on a customer parameter and it requires indexing. It will allow you for more flexibility in creating the when handling the records. And Neely, for the third one.
Yeah, we also would like to mention for Explore customer that with the July release, more flexibility to create a dedicated Explorer scope was created. You will be able to go into the Primo VE editor of scopes and can find over there a new scope available research with inventory only. So this new index, actually, with this new index, you can create a custom scope to include only Explorer assets over there. These options came from the request of you, the Explorer customer, where you want to create your own search profiles and not use the existing out-of-the-box search profile. So this will give you much more flexible with this new index that are available for the Primo VE list of scopes. And more detail can be found in the Explorer release notes also as well. I also would like to emphasize now that we did some optimization for the collection discovery. Mainly in the way that collections are being displayed. This change will be available from January 2026, so it gives you a time to go ahead and change. I would like to explain more about that change. Today, when you are defining a collection, you have the options in the manage collection within Alma to define up to 4 thumbnails to display and define what to display, how to describe the collection in terms of these visualizations that's here. There are cases that there are no specific thumbnails no specific thumbnail defined for that collection. In those cases, what we used to do is to go and explore the level below the collection and pick up 4 images from the 4 first items that we are getting. In this example, for instance, these collections were not defined. For this collection, no one defined thumbnails in the managed collection in Alma. So what happened is the system automatically go ahead and take those 4 images and display it for that collections. The issue is that now this exploration, that the option to show a collection funnel that were not defined by the collection curator is a bit performance heavy. So in order to ensure optimal display, we invite you to go ahead and check whether your collections are properly defined, because starting of January 26, the behavior, or go ahead and deep inside to the level below in order to present the collections will no longer be available, as it costs heavy it costs us for performance issues while when you have many sub collections to display. So just go ahead and check that your collections are properly defined within the managed collection within Alma, and prepare for that. Okay. Next release notes will be published, of course, on the day of the sandbox release in a week from now. And Sima would like to go ahead
Yeah.
for that.
Sure. Okay. Now to November, we're looking forward to November. What is expected? In the current UI, we have 2 curve submissions that are going to be released. The first one is relevant for both Primo Classic and Primo VE, which is about the DEI term tool. There was one of the more popular curve submissions from 2024 was enhancement to the DEI term tool, an option to add wildcards, and 2 more enhancements to this tool. The second expected improvement in November is the curve for physical facets, meaning having a concrete indication of a record about its availability, either if it's available for the user to come and pick it up or it's currently not available. So this is the second enhancement.
Yeah. And for the NDE UI, of course, the excitement is we are heading to the general release with the November, and we will continue to deliver feature as published in the release plan. Go ahead, visit that. I know that some are doing tracks for that because we a bit change things and also publish already what will be available in the first quarter of 26. And there are also new things with the NDE UI. So I would like to talk about the natural language search.
Sure. This one is really exciting. We're going to add natural language search to the main Primo search. It will be optional, of course. It will not be as part of the main search, but it will be next to the search bar. And a user will be able to select this mode and having the capability to search according to the exact user question and not by any schematic search that they are used to from search engines, similar to what we already have in the research assistant. But it's not a side tool, it will be part of the search bar, their user will be able to select this mode and have and insert any question in their semantic search, in their semantic language, and having the standard records, the standard Primo flow displayed right after that.
Right. Okay, we are all excited also from the upcoming Igloo. Hopefully to see you there as well. So register, come to our sessions. We are very excited on that, and I think it's a good time to go ahead and check for questions.
There was a question about the Insights button. Is the Insight button available to all, regardless if you have a subscription to ProQuest or not? At this phase, we are opening it as an integration with ProQuest. This was the first phase of the Insights, meaning it is relevant for ProQuest articles, and customers with the relevant subscriptions will be able to see this link.
I see additional questions. One question is from August. Will the NDE available in Sandbox Premium? So first, in the general release, in November, the NDE will be available for all, both on production and in the sandbox. We recommend to go ahead and do all of the to leave view side by side in the production. So in case of a sandbox clone, or you will be able to you won't lose your work, and also you can leave side by side your live view and your NDE view. Also, you can go ahead, start and see the mix panel from the production mix, the action sent to mix panel already available once you are creating a view and enable mix panel. So this is our recommendation. Specifically for the questions for August, for the institutions that that already have access to the NDE, we provided access for your production. Yes, with the August release, once the clone from the production to the sandbox will be completed, you will also have your NDE available on your sandbox. So the one that already have access, after the clones, there will be an access as well. And I see a good positive ways on the debug labels that we develop in order to have an easy detection of the NDE UI. We are always thinking how to make it easy on you. So thank you for the feedback. I don't see additional questions. Wait. Okay, so we are always glad to share with you those exciting news. Thank you, Sima, and really hopefully see you on the next. We'll see you on the next conference in Igloo, and we will have many webinars more close to the November to help you with the transition and all of that. So we will wish you a good summer vacation, and we'll see you in the Igloo. Thank you for joining.
Thank you. Bye bye.